Party time, mama! Party time, mama! Stay horned, everybody. It is Thursday night. That means weekend. When you're working times through weekend.
I changed shirts.
You did change shirts.
Yeah.
I'm not changing shirts ever again.
Mm-hmm.
This is my new Chad Prather Show uniform.
I didn't get one issued to me.
Nope. We don't issue uniforms.
Okay.
I'm just saying this is where I'm at. This is where I'm at in life.
Is this what you're going to wear this weekend on your boat?
Nope. But we will have, we won't be record setting, but our Trump boat parade's probably going to be the greatest one that's ever happened down in Port Aransas,
I'm so
Texas.
jealous.
We're going to have 1,100 boats. Who's counting, really? It's just going to be amazing. We're going to be flying Chad Prather for Governor 2022 flags. You could find out all kind of stuff if you just went to watchchad.com. That's where all the fun stuff is. The Puppet Master Mark, he's a perfectionist. He's at the helm driving the mothership deep into the nether regions of all things crazy news, and that's what we're going to get into today because I don't know what to believe anymore, and most of it I don't want to believe anyway, so it doesn't matter. Chance, the soulless ginger rapper, is there. There he is. Look. He actually is tall. Justin Time is there. Candice, the queen and the Ethiopian. Look at her hiding out back over there, just under. Yeah, thanks, Justin. Just under the head of Herbert, the silent deer. Look of shock on his face. Same he made when the truck hit him. Oh, my gosh. You hear that? My tumbly is a rumbly.
I didn't hear it.
You didn't hear it?
Mm-mm.
So, as many of you know, I love chicken wings. Love chicken wings. And so I've started doing, people are like, where's Bougie Sean when you do these chicken wing reviews? I've been doing these little videos, watch Chad's wing review in different places. And this isn't Yardbirds. Bougie and I do Yardbirds. I just burped. I'm just chilling, man. I got the. So anyway, if you haven't been following on the gram or on the Facebook or on the YouTubes, check out the wing review. We're having a fun time. What gives you the giggles?
I don't know. You're funny sometimes.
Sometimes I am.
That's
funny.
why you're number one on Amazon.
That's why I'm number one on Amazon. Our album, Y'all Shut Up, is number one in the comedy genre on Amazon, number 2 on iTunes. Oh, we're pushing it. I need you guys to go push it a little bit. Go download it where downloads are available and push it on up to the top. Push it real good. Party Foul Steve's at the pub hanging out. He ain't paying attention to nothing.
Sorry, I was on my phone. I'm trying to take care of work.
You're over there trying to Google stuff.
We have work.
Trying to find out if you're fact-checking me, aren't you?
Yes.
You're fact-checking me.
I do.
We're number one, by God. Studio 22, where we're number one. We only do number one. We never do number 2.
Okay. Your that title is very fitting because honestly, you guys, how many times has he told us all to shut
all the time?
All the time. He tells us
shut
shut
up.
the hell up.
Well, I'm like, we're doing a talk show, and y'all do all the talking during the breaks. And I'm like, y'all shut up.
I
Save
can't
it for
believe
the
that
show.
in your mother's household, she allowed you to say the word shut up.
She didn't.
Why do you think I say it so much now?
Oh, okay. I was gonna
letting
say.
it out.
There were certain things my mother didn't want me saying. Like, shut up was, I don't know. The older I got, though, that's the way it was.
Yeah.
I actually thought about your mom the other day because my kids came home from school and I was laying on the floor like I was dead.
I can't stand you, Natalie.
I really did.
What is wrong with you?
You got
Pretending
like
to be dead?
They walked in and I was like
And you were on the floor?
on the floor in the middle of the floor.
Oh.
Do you know what
Did you
they
have
did?
like a spilled cup of coffee laying on the floor next to you and stuff?
They probably chalked it up as a COVID death.
They stepped over me.
Yeah.
2 of them stepped over me, and one said, "Can I have some banana bread for a snack?" Like nobody thought I was dead.
Kid should have kicked you in the gut. Hey, what does COVID-19 have to do with losing your home? Yes, your home. Well, a lot. The FBI has reported that since the virus struck, cybercrime is up 75%. Wait, it gets worse. The legal title to all of our homes are online right now. The crime is called home title theft, and it's everywhere. Cyber criminals find the title to your home online. They forge your signature on a quitclaim deed. They refile as the new owner of your home, and you're off the title. They destroy you by taking out loans against your home. They steal the cash and stick you with the payments. And you may not know until you get late payment or a foreclosure notice or an eviction notice. You don't know that you're a victim. Home Title Lock is going to protect your home's legal title. Your home, it's your most valuable asset. It's your safe haven. Home Title Lock is going to put a virtual barrier around your home's title. The instant they detect anything going wrong or tampering, they're going to shut it down. First things first, go to HometitleLock.com and register your address to see if you're already a victim. Then use code CHAD for 30 free days of protection. That's code CHAD at HometitleLock.com. We'll be right back. Natalie, I got to ask you a question. You're not on Twitter a whole lot, are you? Not on Twitter a lot. I love it. It is a dumpster fire. I love it. And one of my favorite accounts to follow is a young lady by the name of Jennifer. You've seen her. She's been viral here lately in a big, big way. You know her better on Twitter as @RedPillRage. And guess what? We got her on the show. What's up, girl? How are you?
Howdy.
It's good to see you. I wish you were in Texas. We got to get you out of Cali.
Tell me about it. It's not safe here, especially after what happened yesterday at the walkaway protest, which I hope we can get to later.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not safe for any man, woman, or child. It's not safe for any patriot in this state.
Yeah. I was invited. Brandon Straka reached out to me yesterday and wanted me to speak at the walkaway rally Saturday that's going to be in Dallas, and unfortunately I will be out of town, or I would be there 100%. I would be there. I support Brandon. I support the organization, and it was tragic what happened. So let's get into that. I mean, what do you see happening? We've got roughly 2 months until this election. What's the message? With everything going on in the streets, with the violence of Antifa, BLM. Now we're starting to see militia groups that are starting to rise up that are wanting to say, hey, we're not going to take this crap anymore. What do you think the next 2 months looks like?
Well, if you don't mind, I'm gonna be Southern Jenny for just a second.
Yeah, there you go.
Because now it's about America.
Right on.
Well, we have to understand something. Excuse me, I lost my voice, but I'm going to do my best.
You sound great.
We have to understand that the demoralization of America is upon us, guys. What the Russians tried to do to us in the 80s with the Cold War is now 30 years later, 40 years later, and we're seeing the results of it. We're seeing the results of a hypersexualized, confused generation. We see the results of a hyper-victimized, confused generation. We see the results of a literally a psychologically damaged, insecure generation of Americans that have grown up with this leftist theory to hate their country, to hate law enforcement, and to hate each other. We now see what this is all coming to. And I can definitely say, living here in Northern California, it is dangerous. It is very dangerous. We have a very organized Antifa/BLM movement here. They were doing noise pollutions, at least in the area that I lived in. And I'm sure you'll find other patriots across the country that are telling you what happened in Democratic cities. There was a good 2 or 3 month period where fireworks were going off every night to create a psychological noise pollution thing, to confuse the cops and to confuse the American citizens. They're organized. They have a method to the madness. I want you guys to know that. I'm telling you firsthand knowledge. From the time I was attacked by myself by a BLM protester, where I was able to see that they were strategically placing different members of the group on different ends of the street, and then having people off on side streets into cars to chase patriots, to chase counter protesters. And I was there by myself. I wasn't protesting or anything. I just said, F Black Lives Matter. And little did I know what that would result in.
Yeah.
I was chased by an individual. He ended up breaking the mirror at my car. He threw a metal sandwich board at my vehicle.
Wow.
I think he would have tried to kill me. Now, I had something in the car for him if he'd have broken that window.
Yeah. Yeah.
But luckily that didn't happen. Even yesterday with the walkaway campaign, I see how they strategically place their own counter protesters within our protesters. These same individuals that attacked Brandon yesterday were the same ones that had walked the entire length of the bridge with us, walked 50% the length of the bridge back, and that's when they attacked Brandon. That's when they came out. That's when they turned up. And as soon as I saw it, I knew what was happening. I saw the body language change, and I knew they were there for the wrong reason. Another thing that I want the American people to know is that for those of us who are in democratic cities, the police will not help us. So yesterday we had hundreds of CHP officers and San Francisco PD officers lining the bridge and being there for us at the Welcome Center, which is where the San Francisco side is, not the Marin County side. They were there. I'm telling you, the cops were there. There were hundreds of cops there. They were all in riot gear. They were lined up. They were organized. They were ready to go. And then when we got attacked, they did nothing. And we begged the cops. We begged them to help us for a half a mile, the last half a mile of the bridge. And none of them did anything except for one officer. His name was Officer Williams. I don't know his first name, but thank you, Officer Williams. Or out of all those hundreds of cops, they literally just watched. That was it. It was the most shocking thing I've ever seen in my life.
So you're saying that there are protesters who are anti-Trump, anti-right, anti-conservative, anti-walkaway movement, anti-red pill, whatever you want to talk about, whatever label you want to put on it. They're actually posing as supporters of the group, marching, walking, and then picking their opportune time to attack.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what happened yesterday on the Golden Gate Bridge.
And when you talk about, Brandon Straka, who's an openly gay conservative, and it had this happened, let's say a Jussie Smollett situation, right? How much news did Jussie Smollett get for fabricating what he did? But Brandon Straka gets nothing in that regard. I mean, the hypocrisy is outrageous. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's why, those are the receipts we need the American people to see, is that we have these receipts. We have numerous amounts of incidences where gays are being attacked, people of color are being attacked and killed, and yet the corporations still want to continue standing by this movement. The media still wants to continue standing by this movement. Every time I see an HBO commercial, a Target commercial, I walk into a restaurant and I see that Black Lives Matter signage, I already know these are businesses. These are ignorant people who just don't understand the magnitude of how they attack Blacks, how they attack gays, how they attack each other, how they attack children, women. They don't care. So yeah, and it's absolutely hypocritical. Here we have an actual homophobic attack against Brandon Straka when he came out of the RNC, and nobody cares. It's ridiculous.
How? So you're telling me the Black Lives Matter movement doesn't really help the black community? That's amazing.
Oh, you didn't hear?
Fascinating, isn't it? They've raised $1 billion in 7 years, and what have they done for the black community?
Zero. There have been no schools built. There have been no baby daddy restitutions paid off to reunite the black family. There have been no improvements in any black city or black community that I'm aware of. There's been nothing to contribute to the finances of those families, funeral costs of those families, as far as I'm aware. And certainly there's been no scholarships or parks or anything built in the name of these innocent black lives that have been lost.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, where did the money go? What's it going to? Oh, the DNC.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. I mean, it's right there for everybody to see. What do you think of when you go to Antifa.com and it redirects you to JoeBiden.com?
Honestly, I did it yesterday. Someone told me to do it. I thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
And then I checked it myself and I was like, Is this a joke? Is this still a joke? Are they making fun of us? Why would they make it so obvious?
Yeah.
Why would they make the alignment to the DNC so obvious? So a part of me wonders if it's a joke or not, but I definitely checked it and it's real.
It's real. And they do everything they're doing in our face now. It's one big taunt is what it is. And they're daring the right. They're daring conservatives and that's been if you watch Antifa, you watch their rallies, you've watched their protests over the years. They try to do everything they can to see if they can create a response out of conservatives who are there. If they can throw the first punch or, take the first swing or whatever, because then it becomes about assault, right? So you can taunt somebody. It's just in your face. And they've seen that there's no consequences. There's no consequences to anything that's going on. That's why I appreciate you dropping the knowledge that you drop consistently on Twitter and in your videos and all the stuff that you've done. How many of these events, the protests, the rallies, all these things, how many of these things, I mean, doesn't worry you to go to them? I mean, how many of these things are you at and out there having conversations with these folks?
Oh, well, what you saw 3-4 weeks ago in Los Angeles, that was my first walkaway rally. That's actually the first protest that I have ever been to since the war, the invasion of Iraq.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been pretty purple and blue leaning my whole life, just because I was indoctrinated in college to believe in the same agenda that all of these freedom fighters believe in. So that was my first one. Yesterday was my second one. And then Dallas, Texas will be my third one.
Yeah. And I'm not going to get to see you. I'm so sad about this because you're my online crush and everybody knows it. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I got you, girl.
Well,
I got you. Uh-oh.
I found another country that I wanted to take you to. And this one is also in Dallas. And this is Four Corners.
All right. Yeah, that's the one. Absolutely.
I'm a big Texas beer.
Yeah, we got some good ones here. That's why
I know.
I don't know if you watch my co-host Party Foul Steve. He's got Beer for Brunch on Friday evenings. His podcast is pretty good stuff. So it'll make you thirsty. It'll make you thirsty. But I'm gonna be in Texas. I'm just gonna be out of town. But you know what? You've kind of had that journey. What was it that opened your eyes to say, maybe the red side of things isn't so bad?
Well, I think even though I say that I was really indoctrinated in college, I am an Air Force brat. So I was raised with respect for the flag and respect for our military. And so over the years, it's just gotten worse and worse and worse. That was a big issue for me. I can't say that I really had a red pill moment, but I will say the turning point for me coming out of the closet to some parts of my life, some members of my family, really happened about 6 months after Donald Trump was elected. So even though I'm old enough to have grown up with Donald Trump, I've watched every season of The Apprentice. I know Donald Trump, and even for people like me who grew up with him, there was a short time where CNN really manipulated my mind. And I really believed that the Donald Trump that I grew up with had somehow changed. And now he was that racist and he was that misogynist. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I don't know how it was so stupid, but, it's just the pressure from living in Northern California. Nonetheless, I vote for Hillary. Donald Trump becomes president. I freak out with my little moment of TDS, just like everybody else did. And then 6 months go by and the world hasn't ended. And we don't see these supposed white supremacists marching through the streets, killing people. We don't see any of the problems that they promised us were going to happen. And as a matter of fact, the economy in early 2017 was actually quite good.
Yeah.
And it was quite good for me. And I will say up until this quarantine, I've made more money than I've ever made before. So I'm pissed. So not only have the Democrats lied about my president, they've manipulated my mind and the minds of everyone in my generation. The Democrats are selling us out to communism. They're selling us out to pedophilia. They're selling us out to Hollywood. And nobody's saying anything about it. So I just kind of got fed up. I did continue to kind of keep quiet about some of my views, at least online. So people in my real life knew I was conservative, but people in my online life didn't know. So like your producer, and you should tell him this, I too have a podcast. It's called Beer Talk Radio. And obviously traveling
There
the
you
country,
go.
tasting and doing beer reviews and giving business advice for entrepreneurs has kind of been my it's been my thing for the last 2 years.
I love
And
it.
so when the George Floyd thing happened, I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't take it anymore. There was a protest in Los Angeles where a personal friend of mine's business was attacked, and I had to let them all have it.
Yeah.
And of course, the entire craft beer community turned on me. The entire podcasting community turned on me. All the food bloggers and restaurant related stuff. By the way, guys, I'm a chef. So all the food communities that I was really a big follower of, they all turned on me. Everyone turned on me. People from high school, people I'd met at work that I had on Instagram. I lost everything. And eventually, I guess my videos were a little too controversial. And eventually I got kicked off of Instagram. And I didn't care. I didn't care. I'm out of the closet now. Whatever happens, happens. I'm fighting for my country. I want my job back. I want to save my boss's business. And I want my country back. And this whole quarantine thing, if people really truly believe this is still about the flu, then they are dead wrong.
Yeah.
This is so much deeper than that.
It is. I'm proud of you. I'm thankful for you. I'm glad to call you my friend. I love you. All the great superlatives I can give you. You are outspoken. You're honest, and I appreciate the transparency. And you're a patriot. God bless you. I'm praying for you, praying for safety and this wisdom, because you're right there in the thick of the fight, and I'm thankful for you. And you know what? I want to encourage everybody watching this show, go follow Red Pill Rage on Twitter. You on Parler as well? You over
Yes,
on
sir.
Parler? Yeah, Red Pill Rage. Go find her. Pay attention. Give her the support, because you know what? Everybody that's out there, there's folks out here in those same communities. You're conservatives. Give her the support. Give her the encouragement, because she's out there fighting the fight for us. So thank you for coming on the show, girl. And we're going to drink some beer together soon, okay? I'm ready to go.
I got a whole list of breweries we need to hit up.
Come on, let's go. Enjoy your time in Texas. I'll get with you very, very soon. I love you. God bless you. We'll talk to you soon. April was Donald Trump's cruelest month. On Wednesday, Vice President Mike Pence peddled an extraordinary fantasy about Donald Trump's handling of the coronavirus. Pence's tale of heroic, decisive leadership was so completely at odds with reality that pretty much the only words he spoke that weren't lies were a, and the.
That's funny.
Oh, boy. If I had to pick a single day when America lost the fight against the coronavirus, it would be April 17th. That was the day when Trump proclaimed his support for mobs, some of whose members were carrying guns that were threatening democratic state governments and demanding an end to social distancing. Liberate Minnesota, he tweeted, followed by liberate Michigan and liberate Virginia. Save your great Second Amendment. That last bit reads an awful lot like an incitement to arms insurrection. It's so doing, Trump, in his eagerness to see good economic numbers, chose to disregard warnings from health experts that returning to business as usual would lead to a new surge in infections. And while the Democratic governors he targeted mostly ignored his taunts, many Republican governors, especially in the Sun Belt, rushed to remove restrictions on restaurants, bars, and even gyms. The result was a vast national catastrophe. So there you go. Donald Trump, he wants you liberated. That liberation thing, it'll get you killed.
Was it a vast national catastrophe?
Well, the way they look at it is, one way to see how of a catastrophe it was, on the day Trump issued his liberate demands, around 33,000 Americans had died from COVID-19. Total now is around 180,000. That is, the vast majority of COVID-19 deaths in the United States have occurred since Trump effectively tried to sound the all clear. So to say, hey, liberate things, look, okay. Let's say I'm the governor of the state of Texas. People have asked me, what will I do when I'm governor? Okay. You stop kicking the issue down the road. You have to face it at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to live with curfews and shutdowns and closures? Is that our normal way of living from now on? No, it's not.
Can't. You
can't. Now, coronavirus is here to stay, just like the flu is here to stay. You don't get rid of a virus, just like AIDS, it's here to stay. HIV, it's here to stay. You don't get rid of it. If you contract it, okay, you contracted it. But there will be people for the rest of our lives, for the rest of human history, who will contract these viruses because you don't get rid of the virus. All right. What you do is you face it. And by facing it, you go on with your life. If you are subject during the flu season to having really bad life-threatening issues if you contract the flu, you don't go out where you can contract the flu. That's just life. You want to live, then you do what you have to do to protect yourself. Stay in your safe space. But herd immunity is a thing. We are amazing creatures. And when I say creature, we have a creator, and that means he made us to fight off a lot of crazy things. There's enough stuff underneath your fingernail right now to kill you. The CDC has stuff in containment boxes that was found in the Amazon rainforest that if it ever got loose, we'd all be dead in a matter of hours. I mean, it would just be boom. It would be like the movies you've seen. But this idea that I can put on a cloth bandana and it's going to save me from, I mean, if Kevin Spacey's character in Outbreak would have just known about the cloth bandanas.
Oh, he'd be alive.
Instead, he would never have died.
None of them would have died.
In the instead of getting a cut in his hazmat suit. That's the deal right there. You just needed a bandana. So we keep kicking this issue further down the road of not dealing with it. People are going to die. Now, you show me how many people have simply died from the coronavirus. From the coronavirus.
Sketchy.
Because I have people all the time, and I know there was the thing that came out the other day, and I don't know if I don't know the accuracy. I don't know what to trust anymore. Like I said earlier, I don't believe anything anymore. But to say, well, there's only been 10,000 deaths in the U.S. that were caused only by coronavirus and not a comorbidity or something like that. I don't know that that's true. I don't know. But I do know that this thing works with the problems that are already in your body, and it exacerbates it, makes it even worse. Not COVID.
That's a big word.
So,
how do you say that?
Exacerbate?
Exacerbate, yeah.
Exacermaster?
Be careful with that one, Steve.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Why is it around you guys? I can't say things without your dirty minds going places. Do you masticate?
I do. I masticate daily.
Every single day, several times a day.
I masticate a lot.
This makes you giggle, huh?
Masticate. I used to.
No.
Since I'm masticating less, I've lost a little weight.
No, masticate. Masticate is chewing.
Chewing?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're a masticator.
Yeah.
Yeah. Justin peeked around the screen. Like, what?
Justin's like, what? Justin, I just let you in on a little secret.
Okay.
Little secret.
Y'all shut up.
Okay.
Oh, Texas is running out of near misses. They're talking about you had the hurricanes, Hurricane Laura, it was supposed to be like it was coming at level 5 status near the Louisiana-Texas border. It talks about the vulnerability, the potential environmental and economic damage that's associated with it, with all this stuff. Texas just keeps getting a little miss. And it's like, oh, well, I'll tell you what, if it gets hit, we're in trouble. And they're saying that the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, they're making recommendations. They want an internal line of defense around the Galveston Bay Park plan so it could be added with the coastal spine, which provide protection adequate to a 30-foot surge level. However, the Army Corps of Engineers cost-benefit methodology does not currently allow construction at this level of protection. So at Galveston Bay, they don't want any, they don't want the nuclear facilities getting smoked down there because of all these things. So hurricane surge for a plant near Bay City, Texas, it needs a design to surge more than 30 feet above sea level. So, yep, that's it. We're all going to die. We're all going to die. So put all your petty issues and your differences aside, kids.
It's not going to happen.
Probably not. It's probably not going to happen.
Petty's true, though.
Petty is very true.
Petty.
People are petty. Justin's petty.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of petty, do y'all know what Sunday is?
It's Steve's birthday.
Oh, no, I was going to say it's the Lord's Day.
No, it's Steve's birthday.
Is that why they're doing the parade?
They're doing the Trump boat parade. It is the Powell boat parade. 15, 16, could be 1,700 boats. You just never know.
I'm going to pretend they're all celebrating my birthday.
They're all out there for Steve.
Yep.
I hope you drink and masticate a lot.
He's going to masticate his cake.
Yeah.
He's going to masticate all about that cake.
I don't even eat cake, so.
Oh, well, anyway. Hey, how much have the Bidens been compromised by the Chinese communist regime? I want you to find out in the Bombshell documentary, Riding the Dragon, exclusive to Blaze TV, from the directors behind the explosive Clinton cash. There have been it's a new revealing documentary showing how for decades the Biden family has used Joe Biden's public service to line their own pockets. But the alarming scandal is much deeper than a public official's corruption. Riding the Dragon reveals how and why the Chinese Communist Party gave Joe's son's private equity firm a sweetheart deal worth in excess of $1 billion. I want you to become a Blaze TV subscriber and watch the documentary in its entirety. Start your free trial today. Save $20 off a one-year subscription with code DRAGON20. You don't want to miss this. And we'll be right back. Oh, man, oh, man. Man, oh, man, oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
This is really the world we're living in these days. This is the world. I'm glad you can smile about it, Natalie.
Well, I just love that we came back and you're like, I have no words.
I have no words.
And you usually are full of them.
Something. I don't know. This has been a wild, wild week. It's been a wild few days for me. A lot going on, a lot happening. So I'm ready for the weekend. I'm going on vacation. Little getaway. We're going to do the boat rally.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go down there. We're going to smoke some cigars from Paladin Cigars at the Party Foul Pack.
And I'm really glad that 2020 has just been a shit show, right? Mm-hmm. It's just hits keep coming, but you are number one. That's good news. You are number one in the shit show.
I'm number one.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. Number one album in America. Y'all shut up. Number one comedy album in America. I've gotten a lot of great feedback from a lot of good friends. Larry the Cable Guy messaged me, and he's gave me his congratulations. Several different comics have. A lot
Have any
of
of them
friends.
endorsed you for governor?
Not yet.
Yeah,
Not yet. Well, they're not from Texas. We'll see.
Oh.
We'll see how that goes. I've got to figure out who I want to be endorsing me.
Right.
I mean, we got Alex Jones. We don't need anybody else. Jesse
Done.
Kelly said this week he's all in. He said he's going to ride this pony. Yeah. I need a break, though. I'm looking forward to a little vacation. It's Labor Day weekend. Just need a couple of days to decompress. I hope I can. I hope I will. I've just decided that going forward, like there's certain things I'm not doing. Like I'm not scrolling in my social media. I'm posting it, and I'm basically forgetting about it.
Do you promise, are you really not scrolling?
I'm not scrolling.
At all?
Well, I go through just enough.
There it is.
To do the engagement, or else there's no point.
Okay.
I'll click some reactions. But I'm not in there looking. I can't at this point. There's too much to keep up with social media. There's just too much going on. It's insane.
And you just no need to give the trolls fire.
Yeah. Well, I got to a point where I knew my abdomen's been messed up. My stomach's been messed up. And it's not because of the pressure or anything from that. I'm not stupid. But why exacerbate that? Why raise that stomach acid?
Just gassy?
Get yourself some. No, pukey.
Oh, okay.
Ever since I did Stu Bergier's show, if I put too much liquid, Stu makes me throw up. Every time I vomit now, I'm thinking of Stu.
Oh.
Yeah. But ever since I threw up on Stu's Power Hour, I've had a weak constitution when it comes to putting too much liquid in my body. Yeah. I blame Stu. Why not? Sure.
Who's this Stu guy y'all speak of?
That Bergier cap.
His reaction, actually, when you did it is probably my favorite. That's what's ingrained in my brain. I can't get it out.
Stu is such a great straight man, right? He just knows how to, and yeah, I could hear his reaction through the set, through the backdrop. It's pretty funny. But anyway, you guys have big plans for the weekend? You know what the fact packs we're doing for the fact pack? Before you answer that. Mm-hmm. We're gonna plan a little fact pack reunion, even though a lot of us have never unioned. But we're going to go ahead and we're gonna have a fact pack union.
Last week in Ohio, we had fact packers.
We had fact packers, people wearing the fact pack shirts. You can get them at shop.blazemedia.com/Chad. I think Chad is the deal. Either way, go to shop.blazemedia.com. Go on collections, find Chad Prather, and get your Party Time Mom coffee cup. And anyway, what's your plans for this long weekend?
Well, I was just gonna say I met a few of those people. At Billy Bob's. They're so
in Fort
great.
Worth, yeah.
So awesome. We have some family coming in town, and I think we're going to hit the boat.
Oh,
we're going to look for a parade.
Get on the boat.
And I'm going to be the grand marshal of the Trump boat parade.
I think it's just whoever got the fastest boat gets to get out in front. They get to be the grand marshal.
I'm going to be somewhere in the boat parade.
I want to be like Santa Claus at the Thanksgiving parade. I want to come up in the rear, I want to be right there throwing out candy to the fishes.
Yeah.
We're throwing out minnows. No, but I'm the grand marshal for the Trump boat parade down in Port Aransas. So 1,500, 1,600, 1,700. Could be 1,000. Could be 20,000 boats. I don't know. But I'll be number one. Party Foul Steve's birthday is on Sunday. Mm-hmm. And so we have to celebrate that for like a month. We have to do a whole month of that. Do you know California? I'll give you some good news for California. Their stay-at-home order, you know what it's caused? Less wildfires this year. Decreased traffic resulted in fewer collisions with mountain lions, deer, and other large animals. And wildlife deaths have dipped during the pandemic. So people aren't out on the roads killing animals. Things aren't burning because they're not flicking their cigarettes out. So, yeah,
it's
there you
part
go.
Of the new Green Deal.
Using carcass and crash reports, researchers found California's count of 8.4 large wild animals per day killed by vehicles decreased 21% to 6.6 animals. That's news you can use.
That'll go back up.
No screaming eagle shit.
It's fine. Whatever.
There's less people driving cars.
I mean.
Yeah. But death from on high. The Mexican drug cartels are using weaponized drones in drug wars to take out their rivals. They've started using weapon drones. That's what they're doing, man. They're Central America, they're down there. Just want to say hello to my little flying friend. You say hello to my little flying friend.
No, they can load them up with like grenades and stuff and drop grenades on
Ship-pow. Yeah, they're well on their way to institutionalizing the use of weaponized drones. Huh. None of the other cartels appear to presently even be experimenting with the weaponization of these devices. You say hello to my little friend. Kaboo! There you go.
There it is.
It's not funny, man. The drug people are killing the other drug people. They're using drones to do it. Mm-hmm. That ain't fair. It's the big cartel with the big money. Zapping them.
Blowing up the other ones.
Blowing up the other cartels.
Before long, they'll be doing it in Chicago.
Ooh. And it'll still be Trump's fault.
It'll all be Trump's fault.
It's all Trump's fault.
Oh, my gosh. Everything is Trump's fault.
Trump,
what I hear.
Trump.
Trump. The man can sit butt naked on the toilet at 3:30 in the morning in the West Wing, spray painted orange, Speedo lines, and white raccoon eyes, and he can tweet one thing out and control the media news cycle for 36 hours. That's power, people.
Like hamster in the wheel.
I don't even read his tweets. I just go ahead and like them and move on to the next one.
Don't even read them.
I can't keep up with him. There's too many.
Yeah, he's got a lot going on.
He's getting pretty good on Facebook, too. He's calling out.
Oh, yeah?
Facebook's
We'll see.
brutal.
I saw that today.
We're thinking of, I won't say who we is, but there's a lot of social media influencers. Just had a Zoom call this week talking about a class action suit with one of those big media giants that's out there. Player to be named. We'll see what happens.
You want Party Foul and I to get up on that too?
Yeah, I want to be a part of the class action lawsuit. Do you feel like you have lost because of this social media giant?
Well, we're such massive influencers.
Yeah. It was a pretty interesting Zoom call, who all was on there. Like I said, I won't name names. I won't give you any details. Nothing yet. We'll see what happens.
Who was on it?
I'm just over here humbly running for governor with a #1 record. That's all I know.
Y'all shut up.
Y'all shut up.
Shut up.
That's it. I tell everybody, y'all need to get that thing. You'll be singing along in no time, and if you got a third nipple, you'll have a new favorite song. It's all about, I got a third nipple on there. I got a bossy toe. If you got a big old second long bossy toe, one of them's got the callus on the tip of it where it's been hanging off your flip-flop, dragging you around all your life. Yeah. Do
you have that song on there about long labias?
No, that's in the extended edition.
Got it. Can't wait.
That's a song that still needs to be written, honey.
Okay.
Say hello to my big hanging friend. We'll be right back. You got snot coming out of your nose?
I thought I had a booger, and you thought I had a booger, and whatever.
Red Pill Rage, she's awesome. She's a smart lady.
Mm-hmm.
She's a smart lady. And you get on her Twitter and you watch some of her videos, she'll educate you.
Take you to school.
Yeah. She told me when we were done, she was like, it's humbling for me. She said she used to follow me on Instagram before she got kicked off. And so she said it was a surreal moment to see herself on this show. Mm. Sometimes we forget how big our reach is, you know? We take it for granted. We sit in here and we do that, and then you have literally tens of thousands of people who are watching this show or listening to this show week in and week out. They count on it. They depend on it. I don't know why, but they do, and we certainly appreciate it. You know, our fact packers and everybody else, the silent majority that's out there that never speak up. But we know you're there. We see the numbers. And it's all because of Party Foul Steve, who's turning 50 on Sunday. He's half 100.
50.
He's half 100. Look how good he looks.
Sexier than ever.
Look how good that man looks for half 100.
I know.
He has seen
Debonair.
half a century.
Mm-hmm.
Half of a century.
Botox for his birthday.
It's always crazy at the live shows. People come up and say, thank you for what you do, and put, I'm talking about you, us, whatever the case is. And I'm like, no, thank y'all for watching. Otherwise, I would have to do physical labor work because,
I had a guy who sent me a message, and I've been doing the wing reviews, and he's like, quit drinking and quit eating so much. Are we paying you too much money for you to do all these things? I can see it in your face. You're eating and drinking too much. I'm like, I doubt I've ever gotten a dime from you. So, I'd probably starve to death if it was up to that guy. But don't be eating. We're paying you too much if you're eating.
Don't masticate.
Yeah. Anyway.
All that masticating.
All that masticating. It's wild and crazy. Dear Mr. Prather, I enjoyed your show until you went off talking about the M word, masticating. I just feel as though it is beneath you.
You're better than that.
You're better than that.
No, the hell I am not.
Oh, they ain't. Party time, mama. That's what it means. Party time, mama. I want you to go to watchchad.com. That's where all the fun stuff is. You can get your own downloaded copy of Y'all Shut Up. We'll have CDs available pretty soon, but get over there and get you some. We love you. God bless. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.